I'm SJ.
I'm AJ.
And we the Connected Experience. Hey, bro, what's the Connected Experience?
The Connected Experience is where we take two people from the same walk of life who went down different paths. We connect them in hopes that their business grow, and we hope that they keep doing that with each other. Hey, bro, what's your book pick of the week?
My book pick of the week is by Cedric Muhammad, former manager for the Wu-Tang Clan, and the book is The Entrepreneurial Secrets to Starting a Business Without a Bank Loan, Collateral, or Revenue. Basically, this book is a guide to starting a business, and Cedric shares some powerful insight, and some of the insight he shared is the secret of your power base. And what the secret is, your power base, he basically telling you to take what's in you and keep it moving and push forward. You need everything in you to make it work, because you don't need a bank loan, you don't need revenue. Right. The start of the business is actually you thinking you can do it. This book is a 184-page read that will help you adapt and apply basic business principles to grow your venture. But the stuff that he's telling you, basically, you set the boundaries to what failure and success is. So what is success to me might not be success to you. Right. And what's a failure to you, like success to us was just one listener we didn't know. Some people might look at that as a failure, but once we got to certain numbers, we knew it was out of the range of people that support us and people that we know.
Success was also that one
that episode, episode.
But that's what we set off to do. When we said, look, if we go do this, we want to at least get one person we don't know. So when it get to these numbers, we know we don't know those people, and we want to interview at least this person for different reasons, and it end up happening. So I remember when you bought that book too. Yeah.
It's actually volumes. I just couldn't find the other volume. I think that's actually volume 3, but I'm still looking for them. So Cedric, if you're listening, man, hit us with the rest of them volumes. And this is actually a special episode because this is the beginning of a series that we go drop every couple months, every few episodes. We might do one every week and just turn it into that for a couple weeks. Because
so what's the series?
Life After Felonies.
That's kind of that's deep and that's self-explanatory. But why would we do something called Life After Felonies?
Because we former felons. If anybody really knows Santuan and Antoine, y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we get down. We did everything and anything under the sun. My cousin Prince like to call us the stupidest, smartest niggas he know, because we know the consequences and we still go do it if we want to do it. So. Right. I had initially caught 2 attempt murders that got broken down to discharging a firearm in public. I did a year in the county and a year probation. That's what money do with them lawyers. You could, because we had Silvers and Crips. And
that's back when they was on top.
Yeah, they was on top. Silvers and Crips was a dog-ass husband and wife team. They had mad connects, and actually, the prosecutor, she was fresh out of fucking college, looked at me because I was super fresh, and told my lawyer she couldn't send me to jail because I looked like somebody she might want to date, because I was only 19 and she was only like 24. I'm going to court, no suits on, because Crips and Silvers, they like don't wear no suits. So I'm in Versace glasses, Versace shirts and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just got some earrings, because I thought I was going to jail. I did the shit, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but that's what having that money do, and that's a big thing. So then, after we get out of jail,
on probation for what?
We get out of jail. When I get out of jail, and I kept it 100. They do tell you to keep your mouth shut when you get caught by the police, but in this instance, the situation that went down, everybody kept saying it was Antoine, it was Antoine, it was Antoine. So at the point, I thought I had killed somebody. So I went in there like, no, that wasn't Antoine. It was me. It was Santoine. They let Antoine go immediately, no charges or whatever. But long story short, when I came home, we was still at that shit. We wasn't stopping. Everybody working the mail now, if you know what I mean. We was doing that shit in what, 04?
04, yeah.
Yeah, so.
We actually turned it up a notch because we actually seen like, bro, you can get in trouble for this shit. We just better go all out. And the craziest thing is, when he got off probation, he had to go see his judge to get off probation. And I will never forget this. This is how I know the power of speaking stuff into your life is real. The case before his, it was a young Arab looking dude. He got caught with 20 pounds. I said, and he left the courtroom. Last court date, you gonna be on probation. I looked at my oldest brother. I said, damn, if I can get caught with 20 pounds and leave the courtroom, I'd do that shit too.
So guess what happened?
They say a nigga got caught with 20 pounds, but it was so crazy because it was crazy, right? So we working, you know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to admit it now, but we working, and we like, yo, it's popping. We on now, right? So my brother come to my house and I say, what you doing, man? You here too early, like you missing something, right? So we like, oh shit, like let's go back, hurry up, let's go back. So when we go back,
It was just a weird
It just
vibe.
was a weird feeling. First of all, it's like the first warm day, and we in like a apartment complex. And I looked at the nigga. I said, "Dog, why is it so many people working on the grass, man? Like, damn, it's somebody."
And
at
what I didn't,
every
what I
tree.
should have noticed that I didn't is I had lived in an apartment complex, and it was Mexicans who normally work on it. No disrespect, but this was all white dudes.
And they at every single tree. And then what you just said, you didn't even notice. It was no lawn care truck, no lawn care service truck, and
Was
everybody
inside, yeah.
at every tree. And I got they say you elusive when you sell drugs. So I got an ID with my auntie address because that's where I went to school at. I got a light bill with where I live at because I'm going to pay the light bill. And then he got an ID. He got my license because he didn't have a license with my mama address. But it's in my name. So that's 3 identifications for one person with different places to live. So we go in.
Long story short, we about to go watch the Guy Fisher DVD. We go in the house. No longer than 10 seconds we in the house. DHL knock on the door. Now, really, it's no sign. So when he told me to sign it, I signed Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying? And I'm joking like, oh, my girl must got a package coming. Boom, I turn around, I put the package in the house. Hey, bro, let's go. Yo, we walk out the fucking house. The parking lot go horizontal and the cars are parked vertical. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 big ass trucks parked vertical. And I looked at him and I said, hey, bro, that's for us. So I'm smoking a cigarette.
So it started going slow motion.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shit started going slow motion. I'm smoking a cigarette. They jump out the car, get on the ground. Anybody know us? We resisting. So I hit the cigarette. I throw that bitch toward them. It ain't no running because they got the cars blocked in. I can't even back out. And we just throw our hands up and they like, blah, blah, blah. And then they snatch us in the thing. And they
This
like,
fool say, can you not
I
battery
asked them
ram
not
the
to
door?
battery ram the door because I was living with a broad and it was, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Can
like,
you not battery ram the door,
As soon as I
please?
said that, boom, blew that bitch off the hinges. So long story short, we got caught with 20 pounds. We got probation. The funny thing about it is my last day of probation for the gun case because that was a blessing. I wasn't supposed to get probation because you get 2 years.
Yes, you
but
do.
I got 1 year for the gun. 1 year probation, 1 year in the county. That's 2 years. They never stated how you had to take your 2 years. So boom, my last day in there for my gun case, I'm talking shit to my probation officer because we was rapping at the time. You ain't never gonna see me again. You go see me on TV, blah, blah, blah. Pull out a knot because we doing our thing. She like, Mr. Jackson, you go try to pay in cash. You go be in here for another year. So I had the money order on me. I was just stunting on her. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid ass nigga, son. But it was funny.
So we got the black lawyer, McDuffie. He take us to the case only took about a week and a half, 3 weeks. I probably been off probation for a whole month. The next month and a half, I'm back in the probation office. My shit ain't even out the thing yet. So we sitting down, we talking to our new probation officer. He say, oh, somebody want to see you. And I ain't thinking about it. I'm like, who the fuck would want to see me at the probation office? Old probation officer come over with her homegirl, and they start clowning the shit out of me, man. It was mad funny, but that's why we doing this Life After Felonies.
Because it is a Life After Felonies.
So we wrapped all that up. We got our shit expunged, you know what I'm saying?
This is how we did it because like my cousin said, we like the smartest, dumbest niggas he know or whatever he say. It's funny to him, but it ain't funny to me, nigga. But all while we was in trouble, we like, damn, bro, like that's a stigma. You know what I'm saying? That's like a red cross on your forehead. We like, I can't live like this. Like you can't get a decent job. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how the fuck you bounce back from this shit? And we come across some literature. It's like, yo, you could get your felony expunged, but we do it yourselfers. So I'm not about to pay no lawyer $5,000 to get his felony expunged. So I start to read everything we need to do. And I keep telling them like, look, we got to wait to the day we was off probation for 5 years, right? So then what we do, and this is what everybody could do, because I don't have a person you need to know, like I have information you need to know on getting your felony expunged, because it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely doable. I've done it, and you're only supposed to get 1 expunged, but I got 2 felony expunged because I had a felony when I was a kid that for some reason when I was getting my gun license renewed because they got rid of the gun board, it came up again, but in true fashion, like you gotta count your blessings. When I go down there to get the kid felony expunged, the judge was like, you got a kid or something? Why you down here? And I'm like, man, I got a felony. They saying it's a felony. It's been 20 years to the date. The judge said, get that off. I told him what I do, and then he was like, come here. Long story long, I'm in the judge's office for 2 hours. He telling me how he wrote a book, taking me to his car, giving me stuff about the book and everything. Like, you think I took the right deal? Like, explaining this contract. Like, I really know I'm not going to make much money, but I want to go on Dr. Phil and see if I can get the Oprah effect. And I'm like, damn, like, that's love, because I told him what I do, and he trusts my word. He like, you don't look like you get no trouble. Like, why they got this on here? But, you know, they want the money for the gun board. So if you are a felon in the state of Michigan, this is how you do it. If you're not in the state of Michigan, just read on the literature of how you do it in your state, and then this is what you do. These the steps, right? This is a how-to right here, right? You see if your state even allow expungements. So every state in the union is supposed to, but every state in the union may not for different reasons, right? You make sure the time is passed for the conviction and or what happened with the conviction. So if you're on parole, your parole got to be up. If you're on probation, your probation got to be up. In Michigan, it's 5 years. 5 years to the date, whatever county that you got it in. Like we caught ours in Wayne County, you call down to that courthouse. So we called to the Frank Murphy. All you got to do is give them your name, tell them what you're calling for. And if your date's off, they'll tell you, Mr. Jackson, you got to wait 3 more days. Then you come down here and get your paperwork. They go tell you how much it is to file with the state. Then when you file with the state, you got to file with the state, the county, and everything. And then eventually, after all the paperwork go through, you probably go pay about $700, between $500 and $700. Now, this is not legal advice. This is what I did myself. So you go pay about $500 to $700 with all the paperwork. You got to get your fingerprints. You got to pay for that. You got to get 3 copies of your fingerprints because you got to send it off. When everything come back, you got to see your judge, your same judge who sentenced you. Now, they put it on the book as soon as you start because they know if you do it in a timely manner how long it should take. They put it on the books. Even though all the paperwork is done, it's still kind of in the judge's hands. That's why you can only get one done. Because they tell you right there.
Oh, and you can't have a drunk driver.
Yeah, I got that on there. In the state of Michigan, if you're trying to get a felony expunged, you cannot have a drunk driving. Period. That don't got nothing to do with the crime. You cannot have a drunk driving suspicion ticket, nothing about a DUI. You cannot get your felony expunged. I guess because they feel like you drunk driving, you don't make good decisions.
I don't know what the fuck that's about.
But after you do all of that, you go in front of the original judge. After the process, she go either grant it or she not. I can't really see a reason why they wouldn't grant it because if you here to try to change your life, why wouldn't they grant it? So that's what I want you to know. So if you listening, if you got a felony, it's not over. We got 2 guys with us right now who living their life after felonies. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
My name Wayne, also known as Johnson Neal.
Okay, so how long you been home? I know you just got home.
Man, I probably been home about a little over 30 days.
Yeah.
30 days.
So you still going through a readjustment period?
Yeah.
How long were you gone for?
3.5, 42 months.
42 months. How many days? How many hours? How many seconds? I know that first day you knew. A
little over 1,050 something days.
Now, when you did that 3.5, was that your first time being incarcerated, or it was part of the program? Like
first time incarcerated. Any time before that, maybe been 6 hours in jail.
Yeah. Right. So now, not to get into your case if you don't want to discuss it, but when you went from the precinct to the county, or did you bail out? Like, did you feel like you was done? Like, when you got caught, did you know you was done? Because I'm going to tell you, when I had to blast them suckers, I ain't feel like I was done. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then when they kept saying it was my brother, I definitely didn't feel like we was done. I felt like, oh, okay, there's going to be less money. Oh, because I had my own bail money, too, because we was going crazy, and we had stacked up some money. And
you definitely got to have that.
Yeah, I had my own bail money or my own lawyer money. And I chose the lawyer, and then
over the bail.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to be honest with you. Right after the incident that night, I knew I was gone.
Okay.
It was just a matter of seconds before they caught up to me. And this happened on a Thursday night. They caught me Monday afternoon.
Now, did you contemplate going on the run?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a plan.
Yeah.
I just didn't make the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have no, like, our shit happened immediately. Like, boom, 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 boom. The nigga that's driving, I say, don't drive that way, because I put it this way. We got to pass the police station to get to the crib where he was trying to go. Now, we had a different spot we could have went. Once I seen that he was going past the police station, I knew we was caught that day. I had a whole plan, too, because I was working at the airport. So I say, boom, we off. They go catch me at the airport. You know what I'm saying? They just go catch me at work because, you know, you got that badge. You slide that badge in, everybody know. So, boom, you go to the precinct, you go to the county. You ain't bailed out after that, or you?
No, my bail was $150,000.
No 10%?
No, it might have been 10%, but my mom was sick at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't have it in me to ask my parents, you know.
Yeah.
I was always told as a child, if you do something to get in trouble, 9 times out of 10, you deserve it.
Yeah, that second time, though, my sister, I got an older sister, she just had bought a house. She like, we'll put it up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they can't be in there. So, did you have your own lawyer, or you went with the
court appointed?
You went with the court appointed.
Now, what people don't know actually about court-appointed attorneys, because people give court-appointed attorneys a bad rap, but all defensive attorneys have to be court-appointed attorneys. Like, you got to do a few cases. I think they only get like $500, but some people get lucky and get court-appointed attorneys that give a fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Did you feel like yours did?
No.
Yeah, because you only getting $500. I'm gonna tell you here, just go ahead and take that deal. So, with having a court-appointed attorney, after you get sentenced to your time, like when you start researching your own case, because you get the discovery packet and you kind of start to understand what everything is. Do you feel like it's more they could have done?
Oh yeah, because I was going. They let you go to the law library while you in in Wayne County, and I would go and I would look up. I had other legal beagles in there. We was looking up stuff, and I'm like, okay, well then this. When my lawyer come up, I'm show them this what I found.
Yeah.
He said, let me do all the legal work. You just sit back,
tight.
sit tight.
I would have been like
trouble.
incompetent. Get this.
He wouldn't even look at what I looked at.
Yeah. So how did that make you feel? Like you in jail and this is supposed to be your source out of jail, and he telling you, "I got this," but you know he don't got it.
Man, I went straight back to my little cell and just came up with a freestyle.
Yeah. 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 So like you home, not like what's your plans?
My plan was because I was working at Boston Market at the time, and I had kept in touch with my manager and my general manager.
Yeah.
Both of them were homeboys of mine. Yeah. And they had kept telling me, well, as soon as you come home, you can come back to work.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was going to come back home, start back working in Boston Market, and then work about 90, 60 days, and then give me a little midnight job, slow roll to 2 jobs. Well, my one manager left and went to another restaurant, and then he told me, like I said, I got a job, you got a job.
Yeah,
that's real.
So now I'm working out at the new restaurant out there in Southfield, and 8 days out, I had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
A homeboy I went to school with, he works in the entertainment business, and they set up for concerts. They do the Little Caesars Arena. They put down the floor for the Pistons. They pull up the floor for the ice for the Red Wings, things of that nature. So at the time, they were scrapping out Joe Louis Arena, clearing it out because they're about to do some sale or blow it up. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But
I think they're tearing it down.
Yeah, we had to clean it up, though. So like I said, 8 days out, I was working at, for this company. And 2 weeks later, I was working at the restaurant.
Yeah. Now, being that everybody here fathers, you were a father. You had kids when you went away.
Yeah, father of 3.
So how old was your oldest, and is that a boy or a girl?
My son, he was in the 10th grade. I can't really remember how old he was then, but he's 18 now. He'll be 19 this year.
So he was 15. Oh, this is who didn't have a license. This is his son.
Yeah.
Okay. But it makes So did you see the effects that because y'all had your father growing up, correct? Like, Y'all father was. I gathered from Jay Johnson's show that your father was a strong influence. So was that the most disappointing thing, having to leave all your children but your oldest son, because you know what the streets got for him?
Well, before I left, I tried to set it up in the sense of I didn't want him going to Detroit Public Schools. Okay. I went there. I didn't really learn much. I was blessed to have a memory and not to be a dummy. So, what I'm saying? I got a pass.
Okay.
And I was going to be a blue-collar worker anyway, and I was running the streets. So, But for my son, I didn't want that. I wanted him to be able to get a better education than I had, at least, have that option. So 9th grade, I moved him out with my parents. I had to go to Farmington Hills School.
Okay.
And he did good 9th grade. But 10th grade, I get locked up. And everything went downhill.
You saw the downward spiral.
Yes. Parenting from prison is the hardest thing on this world, world.
Right.
Because you can suggest things, you can tell them what to do, what not to do your homework.
But they know you can't come do nothing about it.
You can't come and slap him in the back of the head or kick him in the ass. You know what I'm saying? He just holding the phone.
Yeah.
He would tell me, oh, I got an A here, I got a B here, I got a C there. I'm like, okay, things is looking up. So I told my cousin, because she's actually talking to the counselor and the teachers. She said he barely go eat, flunking out.
Yeah. He might have got an
So
A,
I-
but he didn't tell you about them D's and E's, huh?
So I call him back like, hey man, what's up? I just talked to cousin Netta, you know what I'm saying? She tell me you fucking up, you know what I'm saying? Oh. So I tell him like, look, man, and I'm not going in on him. I'm
Yeah.
just like, look, man, you know, you got to do this, you got to do that, and this is the reason why you got to do it, so you don't end up here and you know, boom, boom, bam. And he didn't talk to me for 5-6 months.
Just for telling them the right thing to
Just
do.
for telling them
I
the
don't.
right
I
thing.
don't think people understand like how serious the penitentiary is. You know what I'm saying? Like jail, you know, but the penitentiary, like it's
Everybody ain't
nowhere.
coming home.
Yes,
Yeah.
you might go with a year and end up with 20. You
Yeah,
might
exactly.
You
I've
know what I'm
seen it.
saying? Yeah,
Right, because especially if you out here wronging people, like you go, that's where it's gonna come back to you at, because everybody got somebody who love them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you out here going hard on people. I don't know if you. I mean, I was wronging people, so I wasn't afraid of if I went to prison and the outcome. But I did also have an uncle that
Who was
put in
straight
work,
gladiator.
a gladiator, and he was 20 plus in when I was supposed to come. So he was sending me. If you go here, go talk to him. If you go here,
Yeah.
but the flip side of that is you done hurt motherfuckers. So as soon as I tell such and such I'm your nephew, it's
Oh, yeah.
10 other motherfuckers that want my head. Luckily I ain't go to prison. I just
and
did
plus
my
my
year county
daddy
time.
told us don't do that.
Yeah,
like
my-
because your uncle a jailer. He by the time I only seen the nigga before he got out the last time 3 years out of jail. Like the nigga's a jailer, and when he in jail, he a warrior. And the thing is, he a
He'll
warrior.
sacrifice you,
but-
basically.
right? Because he ain't in no gang, so he don't. The gang's paying him to hit motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Either gang can pay him, and
It's
he
a different world.
right. And he'll go to do the. He done did years in the hole. He don't mind hitting you. Go do some years in the hole. Get out. So my daddy said, don't do that, because
So
my
my
daddy
daddy
had been to jail too.
Now the funny thing about when we caught our first real, well, we've been catching cases since 10 years old. 10 years old is the first time we caught a case and had sexual
That was a
intercourse.
defining year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
defining
92.
year. Well, they know we ain't talking with each other.
So the crazy thing about the case, when we caught our seriousest case, the first serious case that we caught, it was like some years after my dad had caught the exact same charges on like the same day or within the same week. You know
And
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
crazy because like our birthdays a day apart and shit. And he like, look, you know what I'm saying? When I went to the penitentiary, I was y'all same size, but y'all got the advantage. I'm crazy. Y'all smart. Like y'all, it ain't nothing y'all can't handle. But he say I don't want y'all to go to the penitentiary. So like he always looked out for us in that sense. Like, look, y'all definitely ain't gotta live this life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we used to have teachers who had my dad, and they be like, damn, like I remember a teacher telling my brother like the only person I knew this smart is like Juan Jackson, and my brother like that's my daddy. He said you don't have to tell me that. You feel what I'm saying? So we got another guest who actually living a life after felonies. Go ahead, Pete. Introduce yourself and kind of take us through your journey, because you live a good life after felonies, and any life after felonies that you don't go back to the penitentiary is a good life. So tell us like how you stay out and the things you do.
Well, I mean, first of all, my name is Premier Pete, born and raised Brooklyn, New York. You know, it's funny just listening to y'all, because people hear the penitentiary, people hear jail. That's a way of life. Like, people don't understand. Like, inside is a whole different movement from what's going on outside. And honestly, like, man, it's crazy, because I remember one thing that really sticks out to me is I did like 3.5 years. That's the most stretch I ever did. I did definitely little ones in county before then. But and a year in the box. So, you know, it's like I sit here and I remember like when I started to go, you know, as my classification changed and I would go and move to different jails in the state. I remember people being like, you know, you don't really talk about how many years you got, especially when you're in a jail that dude's got 25 to life or 20 years. Like, nobody gives a fuck about your 3 years. But what I really learned is, man, fuck them and fuck that. An hour, a minute in fucking jail is like corny. But when you're in there, you're only living that lifestyle to understand. You know, you don't realize this shit, but you got to value your freedom. It's easy to get caught up. It's easy, and that's why I used to tell a lot of people all the time. Like I used to tell this, especially to somebody like a Brooklyn guy like Mano. I used to talk about like, yo, you come home, you stay home. See, most people don't live by that. You know, it's like, you know, probation, parole. Those things will get you slipped up real quick.
Right, and
man.
that's a question. Like, I feel like probation and parole is a trap. Do you feel like that?
Absolutely.
Because if you look at a situation like Meek Mill, you've been on probation for fucking 10 years. If you just would have took, even if it would have been 10 years that you would have took, when you done, you done.
Here, so I'll give you an example. Love fast lifestyle. got knocked. Hand to hand, got caught, got 5 years probation, first charge ever. So they gave me 5 years probation. Excuse me. Turn around, about 4 years and 3 months into it, I get knocked.
You
Stupidity. Right, but what I'm saying is, and same thing. So now they're like, okay, now we're gonna play some games with you.
Yeah, this is what you do.
But it's like, and I'm not saying like, but it's like kind of like it's something that hangs over your head.
Yeah, like I said, it's like a red X on your fucking forehead.
Right, because even when when I was on probation for the little situation, he wasn't on probation, and we still, like, our reputation kind of worse now, because now, like, people like, oh yeah, they go dump at you for real, like, because coming up where we came up, we from a small city, we ain't take you through, but Inkster is real small, everybody know everybody, so now it's like, now if
everybody want that reputation.
Everybody want that reputation, and then my dad was somebody in the streets, and then my uncle is somebody in the penitentiary, so now it's like, we even hotter now after I caught the case, because everybody like, oh, the twins cut like that for real, like,
so now we gotta
strap up more, so now every time we go out the house, he got his gun, I gotta have a gun, because I shoot for myself, he shoot for himself, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And we having little wars back and forth still, because people ain't letting shit slide, we ain't letting shit slide, and I'm the hottest one. We live in a drug house, you know what I'm saying? Like, we selling weed out the house still, shit don't
Playing
stop.
Madden.
Now I just got this hanging over my head, so now I ain't shook of the police, but I'm like, even a car stop, I'm through. Even like if he got the gun, I'm through.
Because I can remember we was actually at the light on Inkster Road, the Middle Belt, and I look in the
Road,
back.
the Middle Belt,
Inkster Road, and Michigan Avenue. I look in the rearview mirror. I said, "Dog, this motherfucker about to hit us." You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if motherfucker was drunk, just wasn't paying attention. Boom. Run right into us. We both got guns, but this nigga on probation. I got to speed off. I got insurance and everything. We can't even chance it. I speed off like I hit somebody. Car fucked up. I had an old school. They done fucked up the light. It ain't never been the same. I left it on the side of the freeway one day. Like, fuck it. You feel what I'm saying? But like, how do you, like, what motivates you to stay out? Like,
I mean, well, first, this is the fucked up part, but most people who have kids will say, like, yo, I gotta do whatever I gotta do for my kids, but they'll go away. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? Like, I do whatever I gotta do for my kids, but you don't realize when you go away, you bring your family with you too.
yeah,
Right.
You know, like, people don't realize that. People, like, you know, when you run in the streets and whatever hood you from, you're selfish.
right.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So when you went to prison, how old was your daughter?
she was like 4 years old. I missed her first day of school, which still eats me up to this day.
Yeah. So did y'all tell her you was in jail, or did y'all say she was in school?
I did later on, and I didn't tell her I was away. But, you know, it's just like, you know, it's man, let me tell you something. Anything becomes normal once you do it.
Yeah.
You know, you look at it like, even like a mortician, is that what they're called? The funeral people, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, yo, that shit is normal to them. So me and you went in there like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
But when you see that shit all day long, even like people in insane trauma, like, they look at that shit. So, like, you know, when you're in jail and, you know, you see babies on the visiting room, you know, it's normal to you, but it's the problem to me is, like, you know, when you go away, you take so much of that life out of you.
Yeah.
You know, you take like when you come home, so you got to get acclimated, and then usually you resort back to what you were doing. And the problem for me too is when you go to jail, even if you have a small charge, you can get caught up in the system.
Yeah.
I know people that came in, they have like a 1.5 to 3, wound up doing 10 years.
Yeah.
Got you know, fights with the COs, got written up, got tickets, you know, got new cases while they're in there. You know what I mean? It's like you get like, you know, I mean, I know you don't pause on this thing, but you get swallowed. You know what I mean? Like real talk, you get swallowed up in the system, and it's hard to stay home. I'm home 14 years.
Yeah.
And never went back.
Yeah.
Never went back. Like, I even got off parole early.
Yeah.
You know how? Just was smart. Finally smart. Because when I tapped out in that probation, 4 years and something changed into it, I'm like, damn, I'm a retard. Well, let me not use that word. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I could have done better. So when I came home on supervised release parole, I made sure, like, yo, here's the stupid part, right? Everybody I came home with went back.
Yeah.
But here's even the more stupid part. They would come and check your house, you know, come and check you, and then dudes would leave. and then they be like, you know, in the car outside, like, all right, well, you know, let's lock you up. People wouldn't even like, you know, people would wait till they come to see if they're home at 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? I don't know if they have curfew out here like that.
Yeah, they do it depending on what you know.
Depending on what your
conditions.
But what I'm
are.
saying is like, you know, they're gonna be waiting outside for you. So I mean, I literally like got mad DVDs.
Yeah.
Or Blu-rays at the time, and went in and really just like, you know, like just paid attention.
Yeah.
And did whatever I had to do just to stay home, and I just got like addicted to like just making sure that, you know, I changed everything around, man. It wasn't easy though. It wasn't easy.
I think the hardest part about people depending on this is non-violent when I'm talking about. So if you just a hustler and you sell drugs or something, I think the hardest thing to adjust to is like not living the fast life. So
living a regular life.
Yeah, living a regular life. Yeah. But I think like how we adapted to that is we always live both. You feel what I'm saying? Like I wasn't in the game to be like a super kingpin. Like this was funding my rap career at the time. So I'm not trying to be a millionaire off this. I've never had aspirations of selling enough drugs to be a millionaire because I know a life sentence come with that. I can't do life in jail, and I'm not going to tell on nobody. So I just do what I feel like I might be able to handle. You know what I'm saying? Because how I look like getting to the top just to be like, this come with life. I know it come with life. Everybody in front of me, I know it come with life. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not doing that. So I think that would be the hardest thing. And like I got homies who come home all the time, and I be like, especially when I can make stuff happen. I would never see you come home from jail and put some drugs in your hand, right? Because that's me helping them. You work for the government. You feel what I'm saying? Right. No, bro, look, come up to my job for this type of position. They don't do no background check. Just get in, work until you find something better. You don't have to go back to jail. You really reporting and got a job. You can show your probation officer or parole officer. So it's like I feel like people should like be conscious of that. Like I'm never gonna be on probation again. Like I don't do stuff that's gonna get me in trouble because I don't like people in my business. You feel what I'm saying? Like no, like I like to do everything you can get a license to do.
You know, I do think that I do think people give up too quick. You know, I want to make an example of how, and it's tough because when you're an addict, like, you know, a lot of these addicts relapse. You'll see, like, you know, I've had brothers and cousins like that you cannot change. I've done everything for them. No matter what, they still find their way to relapse or find their way to do drugs. Jail's the same thing. When someone comes home, it's tough. But you got to be stronger than tough. Because it's like, you may not get a job. You know when people are like, yo, I work for 3 jobs, man. They ain't hiring. I'm going back to the block. Jobs. Okay. Well, you know, that's what you risk. You know, you risk, like you'll risk your life. By the time you come back home, things will change. Let me tell you something. The mentality, I spent a year in the box. When I think about it and what it did to me is honestly sad, man, because it's like it really fucks with your emotions. It fucks with how you feel. Keeps you like just really like colds you up like that. What's that? Khalif Browder, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many Khalif Browders.
That's what I was about to say. That's like a normal occurrence out there, huh?
It's just, you know, and for that to become a way of life, like even like for you to say like, you know, they're 42 months and, you know, unfortunately, you know, if we play the game, you know, we here to accept what the pain is, you know, but man, you know, I guess as you keep on getting old, I don't know how old you are.
I'll be 39 in March.
Okay, yeah, so you're right around the same age, but as you keep on getting older, you know, I guess we pray to get wiser.
Yeah,
and staying home and not dealing with that shit. Like, you know, like it's funny how you said that you get like, you know, I get pulled over. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I get worried. Like you were saying, like, what the fuck am I worried about? I might have been doing nothing.
Yeah, right.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah. So.
See, my shit was violent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to change my whole way of thinking.
Yeah.
And that was some hard shit.
So how did you do that? Did you read books or something like?
Well, meditation. Not so much changed my religion, but I added to my religion.
Yeah.
I started studying with the Moorish Science Temple of America.
Yeah.
And I took a couple classes, but I actually put forth the effort to pay attention to the classes and the techniques.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they work.
Yeah.
But you have to want to change.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing, like wanting to change.
Yeah, because we had always had violent encounters as children. You know what I'm saying? Like my first case, I put a knife to somebody's neck over an argument. We was like probably like in 5th grade.
Yeah.
That person turned out to be a state trooper, and I hope that he don't remember that. But
He listened to the
I'm
podcast.
fucking
Why
gonna
the
fill
fuck
his
you
quota
bring it
on
up?
your ass.
but we always did violent things too. And when we actually got in real trouble for doing violence, I actually made up my mind when I was sitting in the police car, like, yo, if I get out of this, I'd rather sell drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that a murder coming with some real time, and 20 pounds, that's coming with probation. You know what I'm saying? But probation still don't mean you free. Like, I'm definitely against probation. I'm really with, if you could fight it to the end, man.
To the
'cause
end, yeah. I ain't even taking no. I ain't never gonna get in trouble. But
if I get
don't
in trouble,
take
it's
no
serious.
plea. No,
Yeah.
I feel like don't take no plea, because that plea puts you in a bind. You feel what I'm saying? It puts you in a bind so tough. And probation a real bind if you know yourself. Like, if you don't make up your mind when you know you getting probation, like, I ain't doing nothing else. At least
Yeah,
get
see,
the
people
probation
take
off of that.
probation with the
joke.
intent of going out and they free and they about to do some other shit until they get caught again and they realize
But
that.
it's the system too. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
The system. If they do probation, what happens?
Yeah.
Oh, you paying that money.
Oh, you paying
you,
the
oh,
money.
you,
Well, it's not only that. They're preserving someone's job.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all
Yeah,
day.
Think
yeah.
about it. If there's no probation, but okay, so how like, and this is my biggest, and this is something that my biggest problem is with this shit. It takes so long to reinstate somebody back into life. So what I mean by that is, like, we talk about expungement. Like, I'm was just hustling, nonviolent, but I still have that record.
Yeah.
I still have that charge, right? I'm working on to get it fixed, but the point I'm trying to make is, when is enough enough? If someone comes home, change their lives around, you know what I mean? Doing good for the community, like when does a person get a second chance? Because you know what happens when the system doesn't evolve, it fucks you up. Now you can't get a job, in certain places. It just makes you move in different directions from a world that's supposed to believe in second chances but doesn't.
And then some people would make angry. People get mad at the system and then do worse stuff. You know what I'm saying? You would be mad at the system and be like, you know what? Fuck it, I can't get no job. I'm about to just go rob everybody who ride past in a red Chevy. And then they do shit like that. They end up catching a murder, go sit down for the rest of their life, not go take care of their kids no way. And it's like, dog, you could have just looked for more jobs.
Sure,
you know what I'm saying? People help people who help themselves, man.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter if 1,000 people tell you no. Somebody gonna be like, you know what, bro? You trying to make a change? They might be like,
Sure,
yo,
people
my
believe
dad
in
was
that
a
shit.
felon. A nigga gave my dad a job, and it turned our family around.
Right.
People just, like you said, look for 3 jobs. Oh, they ain't hiring. I'm done with it. Fuck it. It didn't work. I'm back to the block. But we just want to let everybody know who out there who got a felony. Okay.
it's not the end of the world.
It's not the
No,
end of the
it's not.
world. If you don't got a felony, just don't put yourself in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing worth it. My
And if
nigga, you out
if
here
hold on,
hustling.
hold on.
Go
The real
ahead.
shit is, if you doing wrong or you plan on doing wrong, get you your lawyer on retainer. The great thing about me is my best friend is a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never spent $1 with her, but I done sent her thousands of dollars because I know motherfuckers who get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But I know if I ever need her, boom, I got a great lawyer. She be in murder cases. She be in fucking child support cases.
But just think,
we
yo,
got you,
yo.
we got you.
You know what
Yeah,
people
you
need
good,
to
you
fucking do? Think.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
I remember being in there, and when I moved from cells to a dorm, and I remember like a young dude like came and he was up top on, where you would have like a bunk bed dorm, and he was up on top. And dude was like out of it. And when he woke up, I was, what's up? What's your name? Where you from? Blah, blah, blah. Talking to him, dude was like, didn't even realize, like, yo, I took some pills and shit. And next thing you know, I'm here. I got 5 years. Like, what I'm saying is, just pay attention to
what
where
you're
you
doing.
move, man. Or you get, it's like I was saying before, in jail, you get, caught up in the system shit. You get caught up in life.
Right, and a motherfucker gonna go run some game on you if you're green. You know what I'm saying? You walk through them doors looking like you need protection, you gonna need protection. You know what I'm saying? My partner, he in jail. How many years he in on? What are you, 12 on the 22?
Oh, yeah. 12 over 22.
State.
Yeah, state.
Listen, investing Courtcraft. For anybody who been up in state prison, Courtcraft makes everything: soap, the clothes, the furniture. Come home and fucking invest in that shit.
Shit, I'm about to invest in
Write
it
that
now. I
shit
ain't gotta
down.
come home. Write it on your
What is
paper.
that?
Ten-
Core craft.
Yeah, Callcraft, man. They make everything.
They got
so.
that's who got to do the boxes, right?
Beat the system like they trying to beat you.
All day. It costs fucking $3 a minute for them cars. I got a couple partners in jail, and a lot of people don't like. A lot of people forget about you. We make sure
They
under
are
no
straight.
circumstance that
They
we
need
forget about our
anything.
partners in jail. Because if you my partner on the street, you my partner in jail. Everybody who I fuck with, I consider family. The dudes who in jail. And they don't take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you my nigga, and I know, like, you don't gotta ask me here every month. I'm putting something on your books. Or your birthday, you get a box. We send you a box. Everything like that, because it's already hard enough. You away from your family. The last thing we want you to do is worry about some money. Plus, I never know firsthand. I hear $20 go a long way in the
It
joint.
do.
You
It
see
do.
what I'm saying?
I was just
ain't
about
go
to say $20 go a
right,
long
and I
way
ain't
in the
go.
joint.
I'm gonna jack that off anyway. So here, bro, it's on your books. You feel what I'm saying? And I just tell niggas, look, man. The 3 G's, man. Stay away from them. That's if you in jail. Tell your people. None of my partners got no gambling habits. We stand alone, so we wasn't in no
No
gangs in the
drugs, no
street.
drugs.
Yeah, because we like, yo, you gotta get
No
to the
circle
crib.
jerking.
You gotta get to the crib. So we just want people to know, man, it's a life after felonies, and just live your life. Don't play catch up.
Well, there's a life without felonies too.
Yeah, that's the best life.
Yeah.
I'm living that
Like, yo,
life right now.
be fucking
Felony free.
Like I said, no, honestly, like from the way we grew up in your age group and our age group, like there wasn't so many options as it is now. You don't got to do all this shit. Don't worry about looking fly, man. Like live your life. And really, like, there's opportunities that are amazing out here. Like, you come home and step into something that you couldn't step into when you were young.
Right, like like I got some ideas for you actually on the podcast tip. I know you probably got some too, so we just gonna sit down and make some shit happen, man. Cause
And you don't know us, but we got love for you because we got love for your brother, and we just everybody around us, man.
But
We
that
just try to throw a alley oop here.
Hey, most
we got this
appreciate
on the
it, too.
floor. See if
Yeah.
even with this, we said, hey, we go do this with Pete. We want your brother on. You feel what I'm saying? Just so he could be heard, because it's all about that. Like, we like to turn people on to new stuff and opportunities, because that's how we get our blessings, bro. We free
you know
for
why
a reason, man.
You know why that's how we operate?
How?
Because I want for my brother
What I want for myself. Yeah.